Hey everybody, Jamie and AJ here from HoloNet Marauders. We're here today for the road to the Bad Batch. We're paving the road to the Bad Batch.
Paving the road. If anything, we're painting the stripes on the road at this point. I think the road has been paved. But
May 4th.
Doing the details.
Can't wait. That's when it starts.
Yes. Over the course of this series, we'll be going over our favorite arcs that are leading up to the actual Bad Batch. And so everything that is clone-centric, primarily about Echo.
From Clone
seems
Wars.
to be. Yeah, clone-centric. Obviously from Clone Wars. Clone-centric? Why do we need to mention that? I feel like if you're going into watching a video about the Bad Batch, you know it stems from the Clone Wars, or do you?
There's clone arcs in Rebels. Maybe we'll cover it. Well, that's after.
That's after.
Okay,
well,
so
anyway.
So today we're going over the Cadets arc, is what I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So the episodes of Cadets, Rookies, and ARC Troopers.
Right.
Which takes place over, I don't know the span of time.
A few in season 2, and then a few in season 1.
Yeah, I believe that's it. It might be season 3.
Regardless, whichever ones are later in the season are the ones to watch first, and then you go backwards.
Right.
Because everything's out of order. We all know this.
So we'll begin with Cadets, which is Domino Squad.
Mm-hmm.
We learn about them, and the big parts of it are Echo and Fives, and Heavy.
And Heavy.
Don't forget Heavy.
Don't forget Heavy.
So the squad there of the 5 of them is on Camino, training to become, they're going through the test to become
just regular clone troopers. Yep.
And they fail terribly. They're like the worst team. They don't work well together. And then Shaak Ti, who's the Jedi Master there, gives them a second chance. And it's funny because they're having bounty hunters like kind of coordinate the thing.
Yeah, training and whatnot. There's a lot going on with the clone trooper training on Camino.
Yeah, it's really something. So they really get the big message of that episode is
teamwork and work together, and you get a second chance usually.
But 99, Clone 99,
yes.
Who's kind of
99,
a Bad Batch.
He is a Bad Batch, and so he was a clone that just didn't develop the way he was supposed to, and so he's not fit for service. So he just is pretty much the janitor on Camino, and that's his purpose.
Yeah, and 99 in the barracks one day gives Fives. Oh no, it's Heavy. Mm-hmm. He gives Heavy like a heartfelt speech about how he wished he could be doing all this stuff, and it's great, and he inspires them. And the next day they go out and they pass the test.
Right.
They do the Citadel simulation.
Right.
And they pass the test, and they become like official clones.
Something interesting that I noticed recently watching the Bad Batch trailer, there's a scene that's literally the Bad Batch in the Citadel, I'm pretty sure, doing...
The Citadel?
Yeah, the Citadel, doing the simulation and the test. So, maybe. So this will be like Echo's run with his second crew there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Echo's second run.
Echo's second run. This is his second run in the first place, though.
Yeah, and that's why we're covering this arc so much, because Echo's the new member of the Bad Batch, and this is his origin story. Right. So that brings us to the episode Rookies, the next one in the arc, and that's one of Jamie's favorites, one of my favorites. It has a real horror feel, thriller type feel to it.
There's a lot of scary episodes in the Clone Wars, but Rookies is definitely one that's more of like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen like next? It's very like tense the entire time.
There's a giant eel. There's some ninja clones.
Sacrifices.
Ninja droids.
Ninja clones.
Ninja clones. That's the Bad Batch. So
that is the Bad Batch.
Domino Squad is now stationed on the Rishi Moon.
Rishi Moon, yep.
And it's quiet out there. They're like, oh, this is boring. Why can't we get some real action? And obviously, that's a big hint that something's gonna happen.
They know that an inspection team is coming and that they need to have everything tip-top shape, and things start going bad.
Yeah, the droid army shows up. They start invading this planet. Yep. And they do it very, ninja style. It's those special droids that show up.
It's like really under the cover of darkness, and we lose a lot of lives immediately.
Yeah. And, eventually Rex and Cody show up and they kind of save the day, and the clones are forced out of the base by the droids. By the droids,
yeah. And
the droids take over the base, and they kind of, when Rex and Cody are there, they all kind of head back in and take it over. Mm-hmm. And then once it's secure, more droids keep piling in, and Heavy sacrifices himself.
Heavy makes the ultimate sacrifice, and I think about Heavy every single day. I'm not even kidding. I do still think about Heavy every day.
Yeah, so after that, Cody and Rex promote
Fives.
Who are we talking about?
After that, Cody and Rex promote Fives and Echo to join the 501st. Not to be ARC troopers yet, but at least to join the 501st because they're the last 2 surviving members of Domino Squad.
Yeah.
And Rex is like, well, you guys don't have a home, so you can come with me.
In the next episode, ARC troopers, they're back on Camino, back home, safe and sound, we think, but no.
No.
The Grievous and Asajj Ventress are launching an attack on Camino to take it over, or Ventress tries to steal some sort of...
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with that episode. There's Ventress is trying to steal the clone DNA, not to destroy it, but to steal it, and I believe to analyze it.
Yeah.
And then Grievous is also doing his own attack, but anyway, so Grievous is attacking from space, Ventress is attacking from below, and there's a lot going on in our troopers.
So that's a mess. Camino's kind of in disarray, obviously. There's an attack, and obviously Cody and Rex are there once again, and Anakin and Obi-Wan are in the area as well too.
Yes.
And Fives and Echo are right in the middle of it again, and 99
arrives to help them.
Yeah,
99's running around giving everyone their ammo, and then he also just appears with a backpack of grenades, and he's like, grenades! Here they are! And
they start whipping them around like
it's
baseballs.
Great. My favorite part of that episode, though, is they stumble upon a group of cadets, and so the very young soldiers, and they got separated from their group and whatnot, and they're all just little Daniel Logans, and it's fantastic. But they stumble upon these cadets, and they're like, all right, we need to get to the barracks because we know that that's an area that we know well. So they get there and they mount their attack, and they have the cadets literally hide in the bunks, and there's cadets go, and they just pop out of their bunks. They're like pew 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 pew.
Sorry.
It's fantastic. But then immediately after is when we're hit with 99's death, because he's like, oh, I can get more ammo or more grenades, and he's running, and he's...
It's a weird death, too, because, he's running away, and he says to himself something like...
This is what I was made for.
This is what I was born for, made for. And, he gets shot in the leg, he kind of gets tripped up, and he gets shot in the back. Midsection.
Yeah.
So he's down for the count. And the most heartfelt part of that episode is earlier on. He has Heavy's medal still.
Right, yeah.
He shows it to the boys, and Fives and Echo are like,
whoa, Heavy. Yeah, there's just so much going on with that. And then, obviously, at the end of the episode, Fives and Echo are promoted to ARC troopers of the 501st, not just regular troopers, and then they get their sick armor.
Yeah. So they become ARC troopers. This whole arc is about...
ARC troopers.
ARC troopers.
ARC troopers. No, that's what it's about.
This whole arc is about Fives and Echo's, rise through the ranks. They get promoted each episode, and every time they're like, we don't deserve this. And Rex is like,
yeah, you do. And so then eventually we do get Fives End, one of the other best arcs in it, and now we thought we had Echo's End, but we're getting more from Echo, and we'll probably get the end of Echo.
Yeah, who knows the
Bad Batch, no.
One of my favorite parts in the ARC Troopers episode is Anakin has Ventress kind of captured. And Ventress is like, oh, you'll arrest me or whatever. And Anakin's like, no, I'll let the clones kill you right here and now. And it's like, that's interesting.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot to unpack with that. A lot of potential war crimes going on with this.
So that brings us to our question for each one of these episodes. And that's, why does this connect to the Bad Batch? And we sort of answered that earlier because it's Echo's origin story. And he's the 5th member of the Bad Batch now. Member. So we have Hunter, Heavy,
Wrecker.
So we have Hunter, Wrecker, Tech,
you got
Sniper,
this. Crosshair.
I'm like, you got and now this. Echo. So I missed one. 4 out of 5, not bad. And I knew he's a sniper.
It'll be interesting to see how the Bad Batch accepts him and makes him a full-fledged member of their crew, which, because each of the members of the Bad Batch are all genetically modified in the first place, but Echo isn't. He's just a survivor. He's a regular clone who's a survivor and has a lot of cybernetic implants at this point, because he has 2 fake legs.
He
has the lobot around the head, and he has a claw hand, which he can slice in and whatnot too, and he only has 1 real hand at this point.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Which is really interesting. If you break down the trailer as well, it shows him with the little blasters, the DC-17s, and so he has at least 1 of them. And I guess that's his primary weapon, is just 1 pew pew, and that's it.
Is that the same one Rex gave him?
It might be. Although I would assuom Rex kept both of his.
They just gave him a new one.
DC-17s are quite standard issue for ARC troopers.
So, okay, the cool thing about the Bad Batch is each of them brings a special thing.
Right. Exactly.
So Tech is very tech savvy.
And very smart.
Cool gear. Yeah. Very smart. Hunter, I guess
he's good at tracking and
good born leader,
reconnaissance and whatnot. Yeah.
Wrecker's just a beast.
Yeah.
Crosshair is a weak sniper.
Right. So Echo is just another like level to like I guess like hacking in, and then also just like basic like strategy.
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing of when he was captured by the Separatists and what he was doing was he was feeding them strategies of what Rex and Echo would draw up for the 501st. All I know is when the Bad Batch comes out, I'm gonna be this guy sitting right here. Although this is probably gonna happen. No, I'm gonna. Jesse's already dead. Echo and oh my gosh. Anyway,
we'll be talking more clones in the coming weeks. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Roger.